Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of KO Your Brand Pulling Punches. Today, I am diving into what not to do when you are pitching somebody on LinkedIn. And actually, I'm going to keep this short and sweet because this could actually be distilled down to like what not to do when you're pitching someone in the comment section. And when we get to know each other well enough, you'll know that I really believe the basis of public relations is relationship building. And in a real, authentic, true relationship, we listen to each other. We read or listen to what the other person has to say. We pay attention. And those are the things that are going to help you get your pitch across the line and help you secure more opportunities for yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, I just say treat people like humans. And now that I have a podcast and I have a reason for people to pitch me, I now get to see firsthand just how bad it gets. And just how much all of you need to enroll in my group or one on one programs, honestly, because learning to pitch is a skill. And the more you open yourself up to learning how to do it properly, the more opportunities you're going to secure for yourself. So, for today's episode, I want to keep this short. Pulling punches, as a reminder, are my short and sweet 10 to 15-minute little episodes that dive into a particular hot take or gripe or action item that I want to see you guys start to implement right away. So we're just going to get into it. So when I was launching this podcast, I obviously did a whole little promotional launch on social media. And one of the things I did was I write a weekly LinkedIn article or weekly LinkedIn newsletter, I should say, called The Editorial. So if you guys aren't doing LinkedIn newsletters, first of all, I highly recommend you try it. I'm still not convinced, like either way, that it's changing my business, but I basically committed to myself that I'm going to do one LinkedIn newsletter every single week for the entire year, and then I'm going to see what results that created for my business. So the last few newsletters that I've done have actually seen like some pretty good engagement, and I do get pretty good views, and the subscriber account is always growing. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm keeping at it. But anyways, as part of the launch for this podcast, I did a um, edition of the newsletter. It's called The Editorial. That was just like everything that you need to know about KO Your Brand. Really just diving into like, this is my podcast. Stay tuned. Here's the trailer. This is why I'm doing it, all that good stuff. And somebody commented on the post, and their comment made it very clear to me that they did not read the article that I had spent so much of hard, my hard-earned time writing. Okay, they had left a comment, essentially pitching themselves to be a guest on the podcast on the article that states, "I'm not going to be having guests." So that was a pretty telling sign that they didn't actually read the article. And to me, that just raises a red flag about that person, right? To me, that's someone who is seeing that I'm doing something awesome and is trying to get a piece of it, which happens. Okay. That is what happens when you grow a personal brand. We see it all the time with like celebrities or famous people generally. Like they're like tired of being used and abused. So I understand that this is what happens. I really pride myself in forming authentic relationships with people in my community, with event coordinators, with the media, because that's how I believe like your business is going to thrive. So this like really inauthentic or like usy kind of way of being where we just like see an opportunity and pitch ourselves always gives me the ick. And it's not the method that I teach to my clients and people in my community. And that's what we're pulling punches about today because I saw that and I died a little bit because I was like, oh, and this is how it starts. I'm like, the podcast hasn't even come out yet and we're getting bad pitches. So this is just my reminder to you. Don't make a fool of yourself. It is that easy to damage your personal brand, by the way, because after that comment, I was like, okay, I now see this person for how they see me, which is an opportunity. Because this is not a person that regularly connects with me or like has ever invested in any of my programs or anything like that. This person saw an opportunity and pitched themselves and didn't even read the freaking content. Don't do that. So, yeah, keeping it short and sweet today. This is your reminder that anytime, like even if it's someone that you are close with and maybe they have a podcast or maybe they have an event. Oh, that's a really good one. So, say you have like somebody in your community that you're close with that you like see at events or like regularly DM and you want to be a speaker. When they are announcing something, maybe they're announcing their next event. I am begging you, please do not comment or send them a DM saying congratulations and then following that up with a pitch to speak. That is the fastest way to get yourself put into the absolutely not pile because from then on, that person knows why you are choosing to connect with them because you just see them as an opportunity. And I'm seeing firsthand more and more business owners are, straying away from collaborating with people that they think are fake or phony or just in it for an op. And I agree. And now I'm seeing it firsthand. So that is my recommendation for you. If you are ever going to pitch somebody in your community for an opportunity, make sure you read the whole content first. Make sure you understand, are they looking for speakers? Are they looking for guests? Is your comment going to just show that you did not read anything that the person had just put out about the opportunity? Because oftentimes people they'll say whether they're looking for guests or speakers. So if there's an opportunity there, you'll know. But I'm begging you to please treat people like people. And please do not send a cold pitch like that. And worst of all, don't do it out in the open. So that's today's episode. That's Pulling Punches this week. I hope you liked it. We'll be back next week with more short, actionable tips and takeaways that you can use to start building your famous personal brand. Make sure to like, comment, leave a review, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and I'll talk to you soon.